I think about churning samsara. I remember sometime in 1988, I think it was, I was using Kix a lot. This was called the CompuLink Information Exchange, and it was this cozy based system run out of somewhere west of London, a guy called Frank. And it was Alan Solomon, the guy who set up Dr. Solomon's antivirus. He and I'd set up this conference about viruses and Trojans and things. And I wanted to talk about how you deal with it, and as soon as people were more interested in making money out of it than they were in dealing with the problem. And Dr. Solomon, obviously, well, he won, didn't he? Every problem is an opportunity. If your goal is to make money, every time you exploit one of those opportunities, you create a new I'm trying to think of the language Stuart Kaufman used talking about economics. You create new, basically profit centers, and they become industries, and they become connected to they define the phase space in which the economic system works. And then, I don't know, and then the problem is, how do you undo these things? And it seems to me awfully hard. In Mexico, you've got all these cartels that end up practically running some states. And then the funding gets wound up in the funding of political parties, and the whole, those profit centers become defining, they become boundary conditions against which things are measured. And the trick is not to get caught up in those things, because then you become dependent on some social construct. go wrong. Same thing happens in academia. Certain universities get lots of funding and become dependent on that funding, and then have to maintain it, and you end up so I think I was wrong. It's not guilt that, do you mind? It's not culpability that's the problem. It's economic dependence. This is going to be a video about a bee. He's now looking at the camera. My hand is interesting. Well, there you go. You're the star of the show now. Yeah, and I think we end up controlling we end up not controlling, but constraining life and even evolution. I'm sure you can find lots of examples of animal evolution that have happened in the last few centuries that have been a consequence of economic activities. Things like the pharmaceuticals that we pump into ourselves having effects on all sorts of I don't know, maybe mosquitoes are addicted to something that people eat. So Marcus was also saying that, I mean, a lot of people at Cambridge are a bit kind of suspicious because the university stopped running the mail service and installed Microsoft Exchange, and anytime you click on a link, it gets sent to Microsoft to check it against a list or something. I don't know what they do. It's a security measure. It's to stop viruses and stop software. I can't. I don't crap. This was a problem in 1988. It was very clearly a problem right on the doorstep. And it became an industry. a multi-million-dollar industry. And the same's happened with all the software security stuff. Because little men want to make big money. End of video.